Scrapbooking.com magazine presents the following altered department article from the November 2011 issue, Fall Wall Banner, by author and artist Dr. Irit Shalom. This is an altered project I made to welcome fall. It's also my first ever crafted banner. We don't use banners much here in Israel, except for birthdays, so it was a kind of self-challenge. I really like the final result. I wanted to show the chipboard covering techniques as well as a fun way to cluster lots and lots of embellishments without it ending up looking like too much. I hope you like the final result. Instructions. Number 1. Cover chipboard scalloped banner shapes with white acrylic paint and let it dry. Number 2. Ink the edges with tea dye distress ink. Number 3. Cover the scalloped edges with clear crackle paint and let it dry. Number 4. Cover the inside straight-edged banners with antique collection papers. Ink them a bit with the tea dye ink to get a stained antique look. Adhere the covered paper banners on top of the scalloped ones. Number 5. Now, go wild and get a little crazy embellishing your banners. I used everything I could here. On the left flag, I used the lemon slices and some baker's twine to make the round banner. I added 3 fall flashcards as well as an epoxy bottle cap with the orange juice vintage tag inside, which I inked heavily for the old vintage look. I then added some premise swirls and a silk flower, and this flag was done. Number 6. The right flag was embellished with vintage feed sack paper ribbons and 2 train tickets, one from the ticket tag set and one hand cut from the antique store paper collection cutout sheet. Another bottle cap and a bare orange juice vintage tag were also added to this cluster of embellishments. To make it symmetrical, I added a piece of the same brown bling as on the left piece. Number 7. The central piece got special treatment. I covered the birdcage chipboard with white crackle paint and then inked it a bit after it was dry. The chipboard birdie on a branch was glued over and then covered with glitter glues. The big cluster of pretty little studio goodies was added using bingo cards. The old maid flashcard was torn and glued on top. The old foam antique store cutouts was the final touch. The metal charms sealed the cluster. Some pearls and a sentiment finished this flag. Number 8. Connect all 3 flags with ribbons. Add some twine for hanging and enjoy your beautiful altered project. Happy fall to you all. My name is Irit, and I am an Israeli scrapper and crafter. In my real life, I am a working dentist, a wife, mom of 4, and a very new grandma of 1 baby boy. I scrapped here and there for a few years, but I have done it seriously for the last 3 years. During this time, I've made huge progress. I have been a design team member on more than a dozen challenge blogs and a guest designer on a dozen more. Currently, I design for Best Creations, Cherry Lynn Designs, Robin's Nest, Pretty Little Studio, Tando Creative, and Epiphany Crafts. I mostly scrap, but I also love altered art and card making. My style is shabby vintage, but sometimes I try to change it a bit to a clean and simple one. You are most welcome to visit my blog and my Facebook page too, and add me as your friend. See you there! A printable project card showing instructions and a list of supplies for this project can be found by clicking on the step-by-step instructions link within this article. To find the products featured in this article and shown in these layouts, check with your local scrapbook retailer. Browse our premier retail stores for coupons to a store near you. Thanks for listening. For more creative inspiration, be sure to check out great articles and projects in this issue of Scrapbooking.com magazine.